Whenever we think that India and China are having a good relationship, then again there is something, some or the other thing happening which makes everything goes wrong. So basically, China has annexed another country which has been a good friend of India, and not just that, it was the fourth largest exporter of India. This country holds a big significant part in India right now, and if China is going to annex it as well as they have annexed the entire Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Maldives, in the similar manner, if they are going to do it in this way also, then it would be a problem. I'm not talking about somebody else, I'm talking about the entire Africa and their 54 countries. Yes. So basically, China has done a deal with Africa where they are signing up free trade agreement with Africa, in which both of the countries won't be charged with any such import duty charges or a tariff against each other. So they can export more and more commodities and things together. And also, on the other hand, if you see, there would be another profitable business happening with both of them, and that would be that these countries are going to do their bilateral talks and trade in a better manner. And later, there are chances that they can also go for defense ties and all of that. Basically, China and Africa were in this engaged business since a very long time. Africa has been a thing which where US and Europe always wanted to capture it, govern it so much, but Africa stood by its sovereignty, and they were there in the entire time. But this time they got to see that there is a better opportunity happening with China. So they went with China only. That's it. And that is how we can see. But it is now going to create a little problem for India, because India was exporting a lot of things to Africa. And Africa's 54 countries are the greatest resource of rare earth critical minerals. Then I would say about compact, then they about say about many more things, you see, which are hard to find, which are good for nuclear testing, which are good for solar energy and all of that. So in that entire manner, it is a great resource, and that is what China wants right now. China wants to annex, or should I say, to completely govern the entire energy resources of Africa, so that Africa's energy and resources could be governed by China. And if any other country like India out there is asking for it, importing that entire thing, China could really come up there and put up more costly things out there, and then they can actually manage this entire thing. But then there is another issue coming up with India right now also. So basically, now if there would be no such import duty charges and all of that, it will be very easy for Africa right now to do almost all the trades with China. Because you see, right now, if India is not having any such import duty charges and tariff things with Europe, then they are actually coming up with more trade deals than they were used to do, or they are doing with America. Because that is something which is very important, right? Whenever we are not charged with any such tariff, we go and hunt down the trade deal there only. So this is the problem. Earlier, India used to export so many things to Africa, starting from garments, pharmaceutical, then aluminum, steel, and so many things right now. But now, if they are getting that the entire thing at a cheaper price from China, they are going to buy it from China. They're going to make their trading partner, at a place where they can have a profitable business in the similar manner. So it can become a great problem for India. Although India has a lot of buyer, we have a big market. Matlab, if I start from Central Asia, then most of the countries in the Middle East are doing trade with India. Then if you talk about European Union and their 27 countries, and then you talk about the entire America, we are doing trade almost in most of the part of the world. But Africa was our target, and Africa has been our very old friend. And now, right now, if this is creating an issue, this could be something which is where India should actually, seek for diplomatic relations and all of that. Because the way China is capturing the entire Africa, it could be another situation, or everybody is afraid right now that what if the entire Africa gets into a place where China is completely annexing it? It's just not India who is actually at a tensioning situation right now. It is Europe, it's America, because everybody wanted to do the same and nobody did it, because humanitarian basis was there, diplomatic ties were there. But China is doing it, and we all know China at the beginning, in their entire friendship looks like a appealing thing. It's almost looking like that they're good friends and all of that. But at the end, when they get on the end part, you need to understand this one thing. You'll see that how they let the other country go in the debt trap. I mean, Sri Lanka is the best example for that. Earlier, Sri Lanka, when they were going through some financial crisis and all of that, China was the first one to give financial assistance to them, right? Vikram Singhe took the entire loan from China, then built up the entire Hambantota port. China knew that Sri Lanka wouldn't be able to, put up the whole money, cover it all up. Then they did this entire thing, and at the end of the time, Sri Lanka went into some financial debt there, and then China gave it on lease for 99 years and all of that. And if you see the Hambantota port and their entire authorities and all of that, you'll find that most of the Chinese authorities are there in the board of stake out there, and also Chinese people are at the power. And if I mean, if you see the ratio out there, it would be 5:2. I mean, Chinese would be 5, and then Sri Lankan would be 2. So that is the kind of ratio where China, really likes to make. Now talking about Pakistan also, we have seen the same situation in Pakistan. Their financial debt, then they made so many regimes together, so many policies together like CPEC and all of that, but nothing really worked out if you see completely right now. And that is the whole situation which is happening there. Now we need to understand this one thing also, that how this entirely situation is coming up, and it is enveloping in the entire matter. And also we need to see this entire thing, that how if China and Africa are going to become the new friend, will Africa be also grateful and become and continue the friendship with India, because it's very important for us right now, because China cannot do that. So, and this is something we need to know, and how it is happening. That's all for today. If you like such geopolitical scoop, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe Global Shark. Thank you.